Well, this week has been filled with major headlines in the U.S. and around the world. One America's Jennesh Agagas takes us through the top stories in our Week in Review.
The week begins at our nation's capital.
For the first time in nearly 100 years, our nation's capital is celebrating a World Series victory. That's big stuff.
President Trump welcomes World Series champions Washington Nationals to the White House. Also, House Democrats released the first transcripts of closed-door depositions in the impeachment inquiry. And in Mexico.
This is for the record. Nita and 4 of my grandchildren are burnt and shot up.
At least 9 members of an American family are killed after a deadly ambush by gunmen from an apparent drug cartel. And McDonald's fires its CEO, Steve Easterbrook, over having a relationship with an employee. Moving on to Tuesday, Oklahoma releases more than 400 nonviolent inmates in the largest mass commutation in U.S. history. And
good evening. The results are in for Kentucky's gubernatorial race, and despite early polls showing a near tie, it appears Democrat Andy Beshear has defeated the incumbent governor Matt Bevin.
The Bluegrass state also elects a black attorney general for the first time in history midweek. Staying in Kentucky.
Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin is officially calling for a recanvassing in the state's closely contested gubernatorial election.
And in Maryland.
The search is underway in Maryland for a suspect who fatally stabbed another man in a fight over the famous Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Thursday, the House releases the transcript of top State Department official George Kent, who alleges Rudy Giuliani carried out a smear campaign against the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine. Also,
President Trump's legal team agrees to pay a $2 million settlement in connection with a lawsuit alleging his company misused campaign finances.
And a tragic end in Ohio.
An Ohio detective who was shot during a drug raid has died. 55-year-old detective Jorge Del Rio succumbed to his injuries today, just days after being shot twice in the face.
Finally, on Friday, Mick Mulvaney defies a subpoena in the House's ongoing impeachment inquiry against the president. And
the mayor of Chicago announces a new head official to serve on the city's police force. Today, former Los Angeles Police Chief Charlie Beck was named to serve as interim Chicago Police Superintendent.
Also, VA Secretary Robert Wilkie touts the president's progress in keeping his promise to veterans.
We finally give veterans the option of going into the private sector if VA cannot provide them the health care that they need, or they live too far away from a VA health center that would not be conducive to their needs or their family's needs.
And finally, President Trump hits a historic milestone regarding his appointment of Second Circuit judicial confirmations. Jennesh Agagas, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.